Yeah, thank you, Sagar. You can start recording as well.
Sure. Thank you. Give me 2 minutes, guys.
Good morning, Sagar.
Yeah, good morning. Just a minute. Let me set up a few things. I'll be getting started. Okay. Let me share my screen. Okay. Anyone attending today as a first class? Anyone attending today as a first class? No one? Okay, good. Let's have a quick recap what we did in the first 2 days. So now day one. Day one, I just briefly explained you what is difference between data engineer, data analyst, and data scientist, and how is a data engineer backbone of these two fields. And whatever field you go and take in a data field, data engineers are the one who brings the data for the end user to work on top of that. Okay. And then we came up across a roadmap for our data engineer, how we can learn, particularly data engineer, any data engineering course, what will be a particular roadmap for that. And on the day two, once we have that particular idea, on day two, we got started with MySQL. We had just brief introduction into MySQL or SQL. What is SQL? What is database? What is schema? What is columns? What is tables, rows? We had a brief idea on top of that. And then we have created our first database in our MySQL. I asked you guys to install MySQL. Did you do that?
Yes.
Okay. Any issues?
No.
Okay. Others? What about others? What about others? Anyone? Okay. If you're not done, please do that. Yeah, sure. Thank you. If you're not done, please do install MySQL and we'll be getting started with coding today. Before getting started with coding, I have one question for you guys. Okay. Transaction and analytics. What do you understand by this word in general? I'm not asking with respect to subject. In general, what do you understand by the word transaction? What do you understand by the word analytics? Can you guys hear me? Can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. Anyone want to try? Generic meaning. I'm not asking anything with deep with respect to subject. On the high level, what you understand by this word transaction and analytics?
Transaction means sending money to someone.
Okay. You can say that. Sending money, or for example, your bank transactions where you are having what? Send, deposit, spent. These all things, whatever you do on day-to-day activity, all the transactions have been keeping updated. We can consider that. Then what you understand by the word analytics?
Getting some meaningful insights from the data.
Okay. Meaningful insights. You can say that. Fine. Now, what I will do is, do you guys know this app? Do you guys know this particular application?
Yes.
What it does do?
We can book movie tickets in that app.
Okay, movie or any stand-up comedy or any other events are happening across the cities, can go and book. Now, let's consider a use case of Book My Show. Now, you have a particular movie that has been there at the particular show, let's say 8 a.m., 11 a.m., let's say 2 p.m. In this way, we have all the movie schedule. You go to that particular show and you are booking particular seats. Now, as soon as you book up, you go log in, that is one transaction. As soon as you log in, you went and access particular movie one, that is one more transaction. You went inside and you are booking you are selecting a particular seats, that is a third transaction. You are booking the seats, that is a fourth transaction. Once you book the seats, you are going and doing what? Payment. That is a fifth transaction. As soon as you do payments, you get a confirmation. That is a final transaction. Now, you are doing this, all these things. You're doing one step, another step, third step, fourth step, five step. And at the end, you come and do what? You thought like, okay, 8 p.m. show, I can't go, or 8 a.m. show. I'll go and book 2 p.m. show. So I need to come and cancel my tickets. Again, you are coming and doing what? Another transaction and a case repeat. Now, what happening here is you are going now, once you log in, one insert information had happened. Okay, you went and you logged in, you got an insert. Then after login, you saw that your particular information was wrong. You go and updated your particular name, address, or anything. You have done another transaction, and at that time you are updating your information. You are booking, that is insert. You are inserting certain records into a database of Book My Show. You are confirming a particular ticket. Again, you are inserting a particular record, and you're going and canceling that particular show. At that time, you're deleting particular information that or a record because you don't need this particular ticket at that moment of time. So what you're doing, your day to day, what you're going and doing, you're doing insert, update, delete in the backend. It's happening with respect to whatever the operation or transaction you do on the go. Whereas analyticals, now you have done all these things. Now Book My Show will do what? After day one, if you see any movie, they will give you a collections. Have you seen this? It has collected 200 crores worldwide, 100 crores worldwide. Have you seen these things? Do you guys follow this? Anyone?
Yeah,
No
I've
one?
seen.
Okay. Now, in that they will say online these many tickets have been booked. This was advanced booking. Offline this was booked. All these things they are coming up and saying how are they coming. They were able to do is on top of this particular booking, the number of tickets, whatever booked or anything is happening, analytics have been done. So you are analyzing particular data or the existing data where each and now after certain, for example, 8 a.m. show, it has got started. You're coming and analyzing at 2 p.m. At this time, obviously, there will be no transaction that is be happening on top of 8 a.m. show because that particular show is already completed. You are analyzing on the past data and coming meaningful insights on top of that. Suppose a particular person is coming and doing login, booking, not again unselecting, canceling. He's doing all this activity transaction on the one go. Can we go and do analytics on top of that data? Can we do? If a person is doing transaction There's a continuous insert, update, deleting of records are happening. Can we go and analyze on top of that data?
No.
Okay. To analyze any data, you require data at rest, or that particular data should not be keep on changing. It should be static. Then only you will be able to come up with a meaningful insight. If your data is not static and you are not, that is continuously transaction is happening, and then on top of that you are able, you're going and doing, you will never get that meaningful insights. That's the reason. Now we have seen two types of database yesterday. Do you guys remember what are those types?
Yeah, structured and unstructured data.
Okay. One was relational database. Another was
NoSQL.
NoSQL database. Now, under this relational database, again, we have two types of database. One is OLTP, another is OLAP. Now, what is this T refers is nothing but transaction. What is this A refers is nothing but analytics. Okay, now under this particular OLTP system, now you will be having day-to-day insert, update, delete operation that will be happening. Now this kind of operation will be done with respect to what? Day-to-day transaction. Now you have banking system where you are going inserting, updating, deleting, or you are doing spends, you're using phone pay application where you're doing scanner, your day-to-day, your bank statement keep on updating at that time. Those kind of data have been maintained in kind of OLTP system, because here we'll not be able to do analysis. Now, what we'll do after a certain time, we need to come up with a certain insights. From OLTP, we'll be moving data to OLAP system using one of the process called ETL or ELT process. Now, what is this process? We'll be exploring more and will be coming in the future classes. But just you understand that now you'll be extracting data from your OLTP and bringing and loading that particular data into OLAP. Now, T stands for transformation. If they need to do any cleaning of data, that it's transfer that particular abbreviation. But you need to bring that particular to OLAP. Once you bring the data to OLAP, then only you will be coming up with a data analyst team, data scientist team. These all team will come and work on only OLAP systems, not on OLTP systems. Any doubts so far? Any doubts so far?
No.
Others? Are we good? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. Let's quickly connect my. Okay. Let me come back. Okay. Two types of, again, databases in relational database. One is OLTP, nothing but online transaction processing. OLAP is nothing but online analytical processing. Now, whatever your MySQL, Postgres, Oracle, Microsoft SQL, whatever these kind of databases we are going and working, those are called as OLTP systems or relational database management system. Also, OLAP system is mainly for your storage, where you will have Snowflake, Databricks, Redshift, Synapse, Fabric. All these comes into OLAP system, where we are coming with a meaningful insights. Okay. Now, this is how your OLTP system works. Suppose we have, let's consider we have person A and person B, and person A has $6,000 and person B have $1,500. Now you are doing certain transaction, you do Google Pay for that $2,000. From person A, it will be detected and it will be going with respect to person B, and then that transaction will be happening. This kind of transaction will keep on updating your data is nothing but OLTP system. For example, your ATM transaction, ticket booking or bus ticket booking, or anything you're purchasing on Amazon, Flipkart, anywhere you're doing day-to-day browsing activity and you're doing certain transactions, those kind of transaction will come with respect to OLTP applications, whereas OLAP systems are where we want to go and do end-to-end analytics. I will give you one example. Okay. Do you guys use Instagram? Do you guys use Instagram?
Yes, we do.
Okay. Now, you wanted to learn about data engineering. So you went and browsed inside Google, which is the best coaching institute for data engineering. KSR Datavision popped up because at KSR Datavision, we'll give a best training with respect to any data related job. That might be data analyst, data engineering, data scientist, or AI engineering, agentic AI, anything. We are going to give a best training. So obviously, you are going to get that. And if you want to search for any specific region or specific region inside Bangalore only, you're going and searching with respect to that. Or you want online, you want offline, you're going all and browsing all these things. You came to know about our YouTube channel. You clicked on the YouTube channel, you came and you saw a few videos, you saw something called as all the demo sessions, everything you are analyzing. 1 or 2 days you went and you saw, then third or fourth day, you just stop because at the start we'll be having a lot of energy. We'll explore more, and there comes a point where we feel like it's of no use and we'll just give up. That happens in everyone's life. Now you are a lead for us. Now you were searching for KSR Datavision, you were seeing some videos 2 to 3 days, and you also logged into our website and you explore some of the courses. We have your phone number, we have your email ID, but you have not enrolled any of the course. You don't know anything about our upcoming demo sessions and all. We need to target you, or we need to at least intimate you that a free 5 demo sessions are coming. You can come and see these particular classes. Now, how we can go and target you? Now, we cannot come and give a phone call for you every day. If we do that phone call, you think that we are a salesperson. We are not so much interested in something called as well-being of students. We just want to get a sales. That's why we keep on calling you. No. Okay. Now we need to target. So what we'll do? If you are seen in something called Instagram, if you are scrolling Instagram, you get ads about KSR. Have you seen this? Anyone? Have you seen this?
No.
No? Okay. What about others? Anyone? Have seen ads? Or if you're browsing any YouTube videos, you're seeing in middle, you get some ads, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Have you ever come up with the ads of KSR?
No.
No.
No. No? Okay.
No.
That's strange. Okay. What we used to do, every time whenever anyone try to come and analyze on top of us, we want to intimate that upcoming classes or anything, what we do inside Instagram, we usually try to run the ads. Now, maybe you're not so, you might have not so much explored on top of KSR. You just came to know about KSR, you have joined. So that might not be a good match for us to running ads. Now we will go, but whenever we go and run ads, we will be not knowing about your Instagram ID or your personal information. Only we know is your phone number or email. We cannot come and target you on top of that. Okay. You knew about KSR. Okay. If you have not seen if you're not seen ads with respect to KSR, let it be you knew that. If you see, you are going and browsing some phones inside Amazon. On day 1, you went and you wanted to buy S24 Ultra phone. It was around 80K. Then you thought, who will pay 80K? Yeah, 80K is too much nowadays. I don't want to buy. You just come, browse, see all the information you see in the YouTube videos, everything. You just go. On the day 2, you come and you see again, and again you see reviews, whatever happening in Amazon. You see all the things and all. Again, it is 80K. You browse it and just you go. On the day 3rd, obviously, whenever you're searching any Instagram scrolling, you for sure you'll be targeted with S24 Ultra ads. I've seen at least this. Anything which you're browsing, that particular ads coming up inside your Instagram.
Yes.
How they know about your Instagram ID? Do you provide any Instagram whenever you are browsing with respect to Amazon? When you log into Amazon, do you provide your Instagram ID?
No.
Okay. How they come to know this is your Instagram ID and you are interested in this particular product?
Based on our view history.
Okay. But you are viewing inside your Amazon, but how they can able to target you with respect to Instagram?
Based on mail ID or phone number.
Okay. See, mail ID also is fine. Now, whenever you go and search with respect to email ID, usually you won't get your Instagram IDs. You will be having specific email Instagram ID. Now, imagine there are millions of people that are coming and scrolling. Can Amazon come and sit and search for each and every one Instagram ID and send that particular ad? Can they do that? Can they do that?
No.
No.
Okay. Whenever you go and search in Google or any of the application you are going and searching, Google always have your each and every history. Yes or no?
Yes.
If you log in any of the applications even in the phone or smartphone, whenever you do, there is one particular sign in option, sign in with Google. Have you seen this?
Yes.
You don't need to provide any of the user ID, password, anything. You can directly come and sign in with Google, and they comes and a pop-up will come. Every time you'll say continue, I agree, and you just log in. But have you ever know what they will do backend? Whatever history, whatever the browsing, each and every information Google have. Now, as a KSR or as a Amazon, I will go to Google and say, take 10K. Okay. I'm going and giving you 10K. Whoever is coming and browsing with respect to my institute or whatever they are browsing, if they are doing now on the 10th of November, I am having a free demo, at least show the ads for them so that they will come to know about our demo session. They can come and see how we are teaching. Because directly, if we keep on calling you, it will be irritating for you, and obviously, we'll be losing a lead. We don't want to do that. If you are interested, obviously, we'll come and join. So, what we will do, we'll just run a particular ad. Google know about each and every information, whatever you browse on internet, Google knows about it. Now they are doing analyticals on top of your transaction, on top of your history, whatever is saying. On top of that, they have done analyticals. On top of that, they know whom to target, and then they start having their algorithms built in such a way that consume this particular data. There is an AI model built, and based on that, they are going and targeting you for this particular ads. That's the reason. Whenever you go and do if you talk anything in phone, you're thinking anything, suddenly you'll be seeing sudden ads. How they are able to do that? They are accessing all your information. They're analyzing on top of that, and based on that, ads have been run. Now, earlier days, it used to take 1 or 2 days. Now, if you see within 1 hour, you'll be able to see ads. That fast how the process have become in the backend. That's how fast they're consuming the data, and each and every hour they're doing analytics and trying to target so that they can grow their business as fast as possible. Have we got why OLAP system are useful?
Yes.
Okay. Now, that being said, now, as I said, OLTP systems are where we are having day-to-day transaction. We will use something called as ETL process or ELT process and bring that to OLAP system. And on top of that, we are doing analytics. But what's the main purpose of OLTP system is to manage your real-time day-to-day businesses. Whatever you are doing transaction like order processing, banking, or sales, anything that is there, you will do. Whereas historical information, whatever the historical data is there, on top of that, we are doing analysis to make something called as decision making or reporting kind of purpose. We use OLTP system. Now inside this, we are doing insert, update, delete operation to keep our data current. Whereas here we are mainly doing something called as select. Why? Because using select, you are accessing that particular data. You are just reading that data. You are doing analysis. You're combining a lot of things. You're doing aggregations and all on top of OLTP system, where we'll be not doing a lot of insert, update, and delete. Now, since you are doing insert, update, and delete only, you're just adding, removing data and all, you're not doing any analysis. So even though the data, whatever you're doing is a small amount and quickly we need to go and insert that, and the queries, whatever will be there, it should be simple and fast. Whereas in your OLAP system, we'll be bringing a 2 months of data, 3 months of data, 1 month of data, a lot of data will be there. We need to analyze historical data, years of data. On top of that, we need to build a lot of reports, analytics we have to do. So a lot of complex joins, aggregations, large data sets will be will be involved on top of our OLAP system. Now there is something called as highly normalized form. I'll explain you this. Give me some 2 minutes. We'll see this next point. Now performance focus. Now if you see, if you are having a very short data and you're doing insert, update, delete. Now if your banking transaction you are having, you went and you deposit a particular amount. If it takes 1 hour to get deposited, will you feel restless? Will keep on checking your account whether it deposited or not. Yes or no? You are depositing 1 lakh. If that doesn't come into your account, how will you feel? Will you be chill? Let it come whenever it comes.
No.
Okay. If I take 1 day to go and do this particular transaction complete, you will obviously will start losing a customer. Now that's the reason you should be very quick. As soon as you do deposit, you should come and go from one particular account to another particular account. That's the reason performance will be very quick for day-to-day transaction, where here also you should be performance quick for consuming the data very easily, so that if you have a 1 GB of data or let's say 10 GB of data, as soon as we go and consume this particular data, it should be coming very quickly for aggregation or any analysis purpose. Here also it is for fast retrieving of data, performance is optimized, whereas your OLTP system, mainly for your day-to-day transaction, your performance will be optimized. Yeah. Jenny, any doubts? Right?
వండుకోవా రేపటికి
Okay. Now data freshness is always what it will be current data, whatever the day-to-day data will be there. Now after, let's say what we'll be doing this particular OLTP to OLAP system for it depends on business use case, how on frequently they need to bring this particular data. Someone will be bringing every 1 day, some might be bringing every 6 hours, some might bring every 3 months. Every 3 months data they will be bringing this into OLAP system. It depends on the business use case, what kind of business they are doing. On top of that, it depends, and data freshness will be always updated based on the requirement. Here it is very quick and real time. As soon as the transaction happens, you should come and update into it world list. Now coming to this particular, what is this normalized data or denormalized data? Okay, we'll try to analyze that. For explaining you this, I'll try to make use of something called as ChatGPT. Okay, because we need to understand how to work with ChatGPT also, because each and every organization is nowadays will be giving access for you ChatGPT. So whenever you need to go and bring anything, you need to analyze how this particular we can make best use of AI to do our day-to-day activity to improve our productivity. So I'll say, give me a table with product ID, customer name, customer email, customer ID, sales ID, sales, profit, let's say place, or stocks as a normalized, denormalized form, and 5 records. Let me open Excel. Now let me command copy this table. I'll come here, I'll paste. Okay, let me copy this. Send to back. Where is send to back? Back. There is option for send to back. Okay, no fill. Okay, now you have this particular data. Let me make it as table. You have a table. Now consider this as a database. This is your database. And under that particular database, we have a table called this particular table one. Now, if you come and see this particular data, we have what? A product ID, we have customer ID, we have product name, we have sales ID, we have sales, profit, this, stock, these particular things are there. On top of this, let's consider now we have Raj Sharma. He has bought certain things. Now, next day, he will come and update his name from Raj Sharma to Rahul Sharma to Rahul S. Now, how many records we have with respect to Rahul? How many records we have? He has not done any of this transaction. He just what he did come and update his particular information. In this way, we have 2 million records, or let's say 20 million records, and 2 million people are coming and doing these kind of updates every day. Now, from Rahul Sharma, again, he comes and no, it was wrong. I'll come and do what? Again, I'll come and update to Rahul Sharma. Again, keep on updating like this. Now, if we keep on maintaining this particular structure, what's the disadvantage here? What is the disadvantage here? What one disadvantage you are able to see?
Data duplication.
Okay, good. One is data duplication. Data redundancy is happening. Unwantedly, we are adding data because he just wanted to change from Rahul S to Rahul Sharma. Unwantedly, we are adding data. The second part is what? We are increasing our storage. Yes or no?
Yes.
Okay. Now, these kind of forms are part of the denormalized form. There, a lot of data redundancy will be there. We'll be keeping all the data in one particular table. We'll be not dividing that into different form of table, and we will be having, for example, if I have a particular Rahul Sharma like this, and he has done 20-30 times end of transaction, he has bought a lot of things, and I want to make an analysis on top of Rahul Sharma, can I do easily? If it is all in one particular table, can I easily extract that particular data and see that data? Can I do that?
Yeah.
So for reading purpose, it will be always easy because you are not going and bringing a lot of many tables. From one table, you are going and accessing data and you are doing analysis on top of that. So on top of OLAP system, we always try to have as much as something called as denormalized form where data redundancy will be more. That's fine, but we need to come up with a more and more analysis. For example, how frequently Rahul Sharma is coming and changing his name? Why he's going and changing everything? We need, if it is like that case, now I'll go and build in my application in such a way that you cannot go and change your name by more than 5 times. I'll come and make this like this so that I can make my application in a best way possible, because I done analysis on top of whatever the activity my Rahul Sharma is doing, and then I'm coming and doing those changes to my application. Now, this I cannot come and do with respect to OLTP, because always if he comes and keep on changing transaction and all, my table will get messed up and the performance will decrease, because your OLTP is mainly meant for quick response. So what I will do, I'll say convert these to normalized tables. We converted one particular table now. We have, this is with respect to what? Customer. This is with respect to products. This is with respect to places. We have one more table, inventory. And last is nothing but sales. If we add anything with respect to sales, we have that particular sales. Okay. Now, what happens is, now if suppose Rahul Sharma is coming and updating from Rahul to Sharma to Rahul S, how many records I need to come and update? One record? One record? Yes? If Rahul Sharma updated today from Rahul Sharma to Rahul S, I gave one customer ID for him. Now, since this is a main table for my customer, just go and update my one table, that is Rahul Sharma. I'm not doing what? Redundancy of data. Do you agree or no? Do you agree or no? Yes or no?
Yes.
Now again he'll come and change to Rahul Sharma. Okay, you do how many types you want? You do. I have only one particular table. I gave you one ID. For that particular ID, I'll come and change that particular ID. Whatever the number of times you do, the redundancy will not happen like this. Unwanted records will not be keep on populated in your main table. Now these kind of table where we go and convert from the long format to one particular format are called as a denormalized form. Okay, these are the normalized form where we'll be mainly keeping inside our OLTP system, because, for example, if this particular customer ID is coming and doing a lot of transaction is coming and buying, I'll keep on going and adding into one table called sales. This particular sales table will be keep on updating, and even the storage will be less. Now, why you think storage will be less? If this particular Rahul Sharma, for now he has bought one more, tomorrow he'll come and he'll buy two more records, data IDs. Okay, I'll keep and change. I'll give array ID 6, 7, 8. I'll give ID for each of the sales he have brought. I gave one unique ID, and obviously I know whatever the product he brought, that particular information will be in my product table. Let's say product C1 he has bought 3 many times, and customer ID is there here. I have all this information from which place is there. I know what the amount is there. Each and everything I'm doing, but still with respect to your denormalized form, I'm reducing certain storage here, because if you see this particular character, how many number of characters are there? 5 plus some 7 characters, 7 to 8 characters are there, but I'm not adding my customer name here. I'm adding only 3 characters, that is C1001. This way, for the longer transaction, I'm reducing my storage cost also, and I can go and do certain things called insert, update, delete very frequently and easily with respect to one particular table. Now, you tell me, if I want to do analysis on top of this table, is it easy? If I want to see whatever the products bought by Rahul Sharma, if I want to do, what I should do? Should I join all the tables and then come up with the analysis?
Yes.
At that time, our performance will decrease. So that's the reason your OLTP systems are maintained in this way, where we are doing only what? Day-to-day transactions, where we're bringing data, we are keeping data, we're updating data, inserting data, all those things we'll be doing. Once we bring this particular data into OLAP system, then we come up with lastly something called as data modeling we do inside our OLAP system, where we'll come up with a best dimension table and fact table. Now, what is this all dimension table, fact table? We'll be seeing in when we come with the data warehouse cluster, where we'll try to convert this full normalized form into partially normalized or denormalized form, so that, because nowadays your OLAP systems are also very advanced, they are very good in something called as a performance. So we'll try to partially maintain that in a data model, so that even there also we can use as many as less number of joins, and then we convert into a very good form of denormalized form using our data model. That's the reason we require something called the data model, because you'll be having a lot of things like this, lot of IDs, everything in the OLTP system. This will be not good for reading of data and analysis of data. We need to convert this particular normalized form into denormalized form. So we use something called the data modeling concepts. Till now, any doubt?
No.
Okay, others? Are we good? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay. That being said, Let me come back to one last slide and then we'll get started with coding. Now, as I said, if you see this particular normalized or denormalized form, this is your normalized data. We have members data and something number of visits. Now we need to convert into one particular denormalized form. So we'll combine that particular data and we'll bring that particular data into one table. And this will be in your OLAP systems and this will be in your OLTP system. Now, as I said, main design is to eliminate what? Redundancy of data, ensuring that there's a consistency of data in your normalized form. We should not have a duplicate records a lot because transaction is happening. We should always make those data are in well consistent manner. That's what our main focus will be here. Here will be speed retrieval of data for simplified data accessing, and we need to do a lot of analytics. So the main focus will be to convert into a denormalized form is to combine those particular data. That's fine. That's fine. Where we have divided this into number of tables. Now, what is this foreign key? What is this primary key and all? I'll be explaining in for future classes. Don't need to worry. But we divide that. For example, to join this particular table to another table, I need one particular same IDs should be there in both the table so that I can go and build a relationship between these two tables. Those kind of relation we normally try to keep in normalized form. Whereas here we try to as much as fewer number of tables and as much as fewer number of relationships we try to make in something called a denormalized form. As I said, data redundancy will be always try to be minimized in OL. Again, I'll write here OLTP. OLAP for your understanding. We'll try to make sure that, and again, we cannot have complex query for reading particular joins or anything here because this is mainly impact performance, where here we can have a faster retrieval of data. So since the number of tables are less, it need not to go and join multiple tables. It will be very easy to go and retrieve a particular kind of data. And data integrity is again where you go and centralize this particular information, all you maintain in a well intact way. Here it is more inconsistent because we have a lot of duplicate records. Okay, since we are bringing all data in one particular data, we need to make sure whenever we bring anything from OLTP to OLAP, always we need to take care of this particular duplicacy of data. Why duplicacy of data will happen? Because we are combining a lot of data and we are converting into a denormalized form. That's the reason we'll be having duplicacy of data into OLAP systems. We need to take care of that. So that's where your data engineer comes into the picture. They need to make sure that all the data is coming in very good and well mannered. So unnecessary data should not be kept in OLAP system because you're keeping unnecessary data, your analyticals will be impacted. If analyticals will be impacted, once a data science team will come and analyze the data, at that time also they will be not predicting their model. Whatever the model they have written for predicting the future, that will be also impacted. So how well a data engineer do their job depends on top of that only your data analytical work and data scientist work depends because you are the person who will be taking care of these all things and make sure that you bring a correct data to the OLAP system so that your data analyst and data scientist people can go and work on top of that. Okay. Okay, as I said, frequent update, easily we can go and do. Insert, update, delete operations are very easy, whereas read operations are much more slower here because again, we have to go and join all the tables. Whereas storage is much more efficient. As I said, we are dividing this particular data. We are not keep on updating the same table, same data. So since the duplicacy of data is less, your storage is also much more efficient. That's the reason your OLTP system will not be having TBs of data. It will be usually what? GBs of data, because as soon as we move to OLAP system, we'll be taking backup of the data from your OLTP system and we'll try to reduce as much as data from our OLTP system, because if the less the number of data it will take a processing time will be very less, and transaction, whatever is happening, it will be very quick. In this way, we go and correlate to OLTP to OLAP, and then we'll move, and we don't care about storage in OLAP. As much as data we have in OLAP, that's the best. And since your Snowflake is very fast, or your Databricks is very fast to analyze particular data, we won't care. We can go and analyze on top of TBs of data also easily with respect to OLAP systems. Any doubt in this? Are we good? Are you good till now?
Yes.
Okay. Now let's come back to our coding. Now, before getting started coding, I want to know who is here very new to SQL. Who doesn't know anything with respect to SQL? Anyone? Okay, Banu. Okay. Okay. Apart from Banu, anyone?
Yeah, me too, Satish.
Okay, Satish. Okay. Fine. What about others? What about others?
Yeah, I know SQL.
Okay, fine. So I just want to analyze so that how fast I can communicate with you guys and how fast we can go with respect to basics. So that's the reason I wanted to ask, how many of you here don't know SQL? Based on your understanding, I'll pace the class. Only two people, Banu and Satish.
I know
Others are good?
SQL.
You know, intermediate
Yes.
level.
Yes.
Fine. Fine. Now, yesterday we came and created our first database. Now, what is database? What is database? What is database?
Database
Storage of
software.
Go ahead. One by one. Database is?
Which stores
organize a
the
collection of structured data.
structured and unstructured the data.
Okay.
Storing the data in the form of columns and rows.
Okay. Okay.
Collection of tables.
Okay.
All data.
Okay. Okay. See, usually a database is a structural collection of your data that enables for your storage, mainly for storage, retrieval, and even management of that particular data. Okay. And what is SQL? What is SQL?
Language to retrieve data.
SQL is a language that communicates with your database and to work with your database. Now we went and we created our particular database yesterday. Let's use now to create any particular database, we use what syntax. Now, whatever you write here, it is called as a queries or syntax. Now it is like whatever you do with respect to your English, we have a grammar. In the same way, we have something called as queries and syntax with respect to our SQL. Now, if you go and write any wrong grammar inside in whenever you had in your school days or anything, if you are writing any wrong grammar, were you able to get the marks for that? For English subject?
No.
In the same way, if you start writing any wrong grammar inside MySQL, obviously your MySQL will not understand that and it will not be able to go and communicate. There are certain queries that are already meant, blueprint have been given by your MySQL. We need to always go and use that particular blueprint only. For example, here we are going and saying create database Netflix. I cannot go and say creating database and Netflix. If you go and do this, it will throw error saying that I don't know what is this creating, because these are the syntax that are meant, that has been given. There's a grammar for your SQL. You have to go and use those particular grammar only. Okay. Now, as I said yesterday also, we have different types of databases. We have MySQL, we have Oracle, we have Microsoft SQL. Now, it is similar to that of your accents in your English. You have UK accent, USA accent, India accent. This is a different accent for different people. But 90% of the English will be same. The only the communication will be a little bit different. The same way, a little bit query difference will be there or syntax difference, but 90% of all the databases will be having same query. And once you learn one particular database, it will be easy to go and work with other databases. Now we created our first database. Now, if I need to go and see which database I'm going and using at this particular session. Now, whatever you're going and writing code, this is called as a session. Inside this particular session, you are writing. Now, if I click one more SQL, there is a SQL create one more query. It will open you one more session. In this way, you can go and write n number of codes here. It will be displaying. Now, I need to see under which database I am. Okay, because without going into database, we cannot create any object. So I'll say select database. I'm saying just select database. And I'm seeing, now you're seeing something null. That means it is not showing any database name. Now I need to go into one particular database and then start working. I'll say first use my database. That is, let's say Amazon_DB. I'm using my particular database. Now I'm into my database. If you see, it has been highlighted by something bold letter. Now if I go and say select database, it will show under which database you are. Now I'm under currently with respect to Amazon database. Now I'll be going and creating few of the things with respect to databases. Now, inside your MySQL, there are different types of queries. Okay, there are different types of commands we can go and use. First, the main command which I'll be using is something called as create. Now, DDL command. Now I'll be explaining one by one what are these different commands. Now, first type of command is nothing but DDL command. DDL command is nothing but data definition language. What do you understand by the word definition? What do you understand by the word definition?
Which we define something.
Okay. Okay. Defining a object.
Object, yeah, table or
Okay.
anything.
Okay. Now, if you go and create any table, you go and alter a particular table or object, you go and drop that particular object. Now, on top of my structure, that is, I went and said what? Create a particular database. That means we are creating one particular structure. You're defining a structure. Any particular structure or object you're going, those kind of commands will come with respect to DDL commands, and we have something called as create. Now I want to go and alter my particular structure. I'll use something called as the alter command. I need to go and permanently drop my particular structure. I use something called as a drop command. And after that, we have one more command called as a DML command. Now, what you mean by DML command is called data manipulation language. Now, what do you understand by the manipulation?
Change something.
Okay. Changing the existing data, changing the existing data. That means we have a table. I'm going and doing what? Inserting any data. I'm going and doing what? Updating any data. I'm going and deleting certain data. It's all kind of commands will come with respect to DML language. Okay. Now, first we went and we created our database. Now, under database, we have something called as tables. Now, how can we go and create a particular table? To create any particular table, I'll say create table, my table name. I need to give some table name. Let me say product as my table name. And I'll come and I'll do something called a parenthesis. What should be my structure of my table? I'll go and say PID is my first product ID I required. Then I'll say product name. What should be a product name? I'll say. Then let me say something called as category, under which category it is there. Then I'll say price. Then I'll say something called as a stock. So for now, let's go and add only 4 columns. I'm going and giving certain column names, and I'm going and saying these are my column names. That should I have in my structure. But what kind of data should I go and add into my PID? That will be defined with something called as data types. Now, we have different types of data types inside our MySQL. We'll explore more on top of that. But I need to go and add anything with respect to integer. I'll go and say integer. Now, what do you understand by the word integer? What is integer?
Numerical
Only
values.
numbers.
Okay. Integer are those, as we know in our mathematical language, integers are those which are whole number. That is 1, 2, 3, 4, 34. Anything with respect to whole number, those kind of data are integer. So I'm saying specifically, I'm saying that in my table product, have a column called PID, and that should have a data with respect to integer only. We cannot go and add any characters apart from integer. So I've defined my column and I said what kind of data should be there inside my column. In the same way, I'll come and say, now product name can be any character. It can be anything with respect to product. For example, you have iPhone 17. It has what? It has integer also. It has character also. Now I need to go and add in such a way that I need to define certain data type. I'll say something called as varchar. Now varchar is nothing but it's a variable length of character. Now we'll deep dive into more how it's working in backend and all. But whatever with respect to character, I will go and add in my column name. I define something called varchar, and inside varchar, I need to go and specify how much length of character I can go and specify. I can add. For example, if I go and say 250, up to 250 characters I can go and keep inside my product name. This is how we define our varchar. The same way, your category might be also what? Electronics, something called clothing. In this way, you can go and add those with respect to character only. I'll go and put here. Whereas your price, if you come and see price, you might see inside your Amazon or anything, there might be 22 rupees or 222.25. Let's say 222.99. Or you might be having 2000.00. In this way, we have what? What kind of data is this? What kind of data in mathematics is this?
Float.
Float. Okay. Can you say decimal? We have decimal values.
The decimal too.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I'm saying I'm going and adding decimal, and my first whatever the letter, okay, this particular character, it can be up to what? 10 digits. And my second, whatever the number you are adding, it is up to 2 digits. Okay. Went and I have defined my particular data type. Now, any of the syntax you go and write inside your MySQL, if you go and use something called a semicolon like this, that means that's the end of this particular syntax. I'm just indicating that so that if I go and run the multiple syntaxes at one go, it considers this as one syntax. It won't combine with different syntax. How we have inside our English grammar, after any of the paragraph, end of the paragraph, we'll put something called a full stop. In that way, after completing our syntax, we are going and putting something called a semicolon. Now I'll come and execute my table. Now it says you have created one particular table. And if you come and refresh under table, can I go and see my product table? Can I see here? Can I see product tables?
Yes.
And if you expand something columns, we have whatever the columns are there. Now my product tables are created. Now how I can go and see what is there inside my product table? There comes something called as DQL language, data query language. Data query language. And under data query language, we have something called as a select command. I'll say select star from my table name. What I'm saying, select from my table name, your select. I'm putting something called a star. Star is nothing, but I don't know what are the number of columns are there inside my table. Whatever the number of columns are there, you bring that particular data and display my particular information. Now, when I go and run this piece of code, is there any data in my table?
No.
We have only defined our structure using what? Data definition language. Then we are querying our data using DQL language, but we need to go and manipulate our data. So next I need to go and insert. So I'll be going and doing something called as insert into. Now I need to go and insert where? I need to insert into my table. Now what I need to insert? I need to insert certain values and I'll put into my bracket whatever the values I need to go and insert. Now I defined my first particular table as PID. So that should be what always in the integer. I'll give 1. Now next particular, whatever the column is there, for example, you are seeing product name. Now I will go and give my product name. Now if I go and say the iPhone 17, and if I give comma, it is throwing some X mark here. It is saying your whatever you have entered, that is wrong. Now I'll go and put something called as double quotes. Now, as soon as I put double quotes, it is not there. Now I'll come and say category also electronics. Let me put electronics as a category, comma, and I'll go and put my last, but nothing. My price, let me say 55,000. Okay. Now, as soon as I do, there is no anything with respect to wrong mark is not coming. Any syntax error is not coming. Now, if I go and remove this particular quotes, and if I go and execute, it is throwing that I'm not able to identify what is this iPhone 17. Because whenever you are going and define something varchar, character things, we have to always go and define that into something called as double quotes. You need to add into double quotes. As soon as you add into double quotes, then only you will be going and able to insert our data. Now what I did, I said insert into my table. These are my values. Automatically, I'm not passing any of my column names because this is first value, go and map with this. This is second value, go and map with this. Third value, go and map this. Fourth value, go and map with this. And now if I come and see my data, I'll be able to see my first data. Now what I did, I inserted certain records into my table and I'm able to go and see data. Fine, fine. This is fine. Now I need to go and insert multiple records. I'll copy this. I'll say copy, comma. This is my second record. This is my third record. This is my fourth record. And I'm going and inserting. I need to give everywhere comma to indicate that this is one particular record. Paragraph. How we have paragraph, after that we give something called the comma in between. We have grammar. The same way I'm saying after this is second record, third record, fourth record. Now you go and change to 3, 4. Let me go and put 15, 14, 13. Any information you go and put. Now I'll go and insert this particular record. Now how many records we have in table? How many records we have?
4 records.
Currently we have 1 record, right? Currently we have 1
Yes.
record. Now I'm going and doing this. Okay, 4 records have been inserted. Now if I come and see, 1 record was there. Apart from that, whatever data you have inserted, 4 more records have come. In this way, we can go and add multiple records in one go. Fine, fine. Any doubts so far? Go is new to SQL. Are we good till now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, I don't know what is the price. Okay, I need to insert a particular record, but for now, I don't know what is the price. If I go and remove this, and if I come and execute this particular insert, now what is saying? What error it's saying? Let me copy this and put it. What error it's saying? Column count does not match with a particular row. Now what's happening here? Now we specified what? We have totally 4 number of columns, but how many records we are inserting? How many
3.
records are there? 3. Now it doesn't know what to do with my last value. At that time, what we can do? I need to go and insert only 3 columns. I'll pass my column name here. What is my column name? Product ID, product name, and category. I'll go and pass my information. Now it knows that, okay, I need to go and match this. I need to go and match this. I need to go and match this. Now, if I come and execute this piece of command, 1 record is inserted. Now, if I come and read my data, now what are you able to see here? Record is there, first of all. Is my record there in table?
Yes.
But what is this? Null. Are you able to see something null?
Yes.
Now, what is this null? Null is nothing but nothingness. Okay, it doesn't have any value. It doesn't occupy any space. We don't know what value. For now, we have kept that as null. In future, I can come and update. It doesn't even means that some blank value. We don't know anything. There is unknown value. For now, we are going and keeping this, and we are able to come and insert this particular data. Now the same thing goes. I need to come and insert the data for one particular record. I don't want to insert. I don't know what is the category for this. Okay, you got my situation? I have two records where I can come and insert the data, but there is one situation where for one particular record, I don't know the value. Example, category value, I don't know. If I come and run this particular command, for sure it will go and throw error, because by default we are going and sending what? 4 records, 4 columns are there. Here it is 3 columns. It doesn't match. It will throw. Now, if you say, okay, Sagar, go and put the column names. If I go and put the column names, if I put this and if I running, again it will throw error. Why? Why? Why?
In first row, we have price thing, but we have not added in the line number 44.
Count of columns.
Okay. Now you are adding here 3 columns, but you are adding what? 4 number of records. Again, it will throw error.
Because
Now
the data type.
Yeah. What we are category price. Oh, I'll come and add price also here. We can go and insert like this also, but we don't know price value. At that time, I'll go and define something called as null. As soon as I define something null, I'm saying I don't know for this now. You can go and insert as null. Now I'm coming and inserting. Now you have 3 records inserted. Again, if I need to go and read the data, you can come and see the table. We have inserted the commands. In this way, you can go and insert multiple records. And if you don't know anything, you can go and put something null. Till now, any doubts? Have you got till now?
Yes.
Okay. Now, this is your product name, that your table name is PORID. Okay. I'll come and take this and I'm seeing that product. Is there any difference? Is there any difference between this and this?
No.
Okay. What about others? Is there any difference? What if you see visually, what's the difference?
Uppercase
Uppercase and
and
lowercase.
Okay. Now I'm running this piece of command. Am I able to see the data? Am I able to see the data?
Yes.
Yes.
If you see inside the database, what is your product name? It is in small case. But if I come and I'm executing in a uppercase, or else I'll go and use what? UC. I'm saying 2 or uppercase or anything, I'm running this particular command and still I'm able to see the data. Now, your MySQL is something called as case insensitive. What do you understand by the word insensitive?
You can give either capital letter or small letter is also fine.
Okay. So it doesn't depend on your whatever the case you pass. It only matches. If I go and say only do you have this particular table name? No. If I come and execute now it will throw error saying that this particular table is not there. If it should exactly match the number of whatever the naming convention is there, it should match, then only it will go and display your records, and it doesn't depends on case sensitive. In the same way, when I went and inserted particular data, now I gave what? Electronic, ELEC. It is inserting in the same way. If it is not converting into small case, whatever the data you insert, that particular data it will come and insert. While inserting data, it doesn't go and change. Whatever you go and create a table, it will case insensitive and it will not throw any error while reading that particular data. Fine. That's fine. That's fine. Now, as I said, you should follow each and every syntax. Okay, grammar. Then only it will come and execute. I'm having one particular command here. I'm saying something DQL, data query language, some select. This all. It's not even proper English. I'm coming and executing this. Is it throwing any error? Is it throwing any error? Is it throwing any error? When I come and execute this line?
No.
Okay. Now same thing, I'll come and I'll put it here and I'll execute. What it says? Check the response, because this is not water. There is some issues here. Now what we are doing is I'm going and putting something called as double hash. Either you go and put double hash and you execute, This is not considered wait a minute. It is not showing any output because this is something called as comment. You're commenting, you're adding information saying that what I'm doing, you're just going and giving comment. Either you go and put double hash or double hyphen, then it will consider this as comment and it will never throw you an error. How many times you go and run? For example, I'm running with my select product name. These two commands I'm running, it will obviously come and show this particular product. This is how you go and add comments inside your MySQL. This is how you go and create a table, add particular columns, add insert data into our table. Any doubts so far?
No.
Any doubt? Yeah. Vinay? Are we good?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Fine.
Yes.
Fine. Now I have a data. Already have a data. For example, I have this particular iPhone 15. I need to go and change this particular iPhone 15 data to 35,000. Again, what we are doing? Manipulation. We are manipulating the data.
Yes.
I'll use the next command called update. Now, what I'll say? Update. What I need to update? I need to update my table. I need to change what? I need to change the value of price. So I'll say set price equal to 35 or 35,000.00. Okay, I'm going and doing this. I'm saying update my table. I just did what? Update my table. I said set price equal to 35,000. Okay. I'll come and execute this piece of command now. Now, whenever you go and run anything with respect to updates inside your MySQL, this is only with respect to MySQL, it will always come and say you are trying to run update or delete or anything. There is one particular setting called set. What is it? I think set safe update mode. Let me see. No, I forgot that particular syntax. Wait. Save underscore save update equal to true. SQL save update, sorry. SQL underscore save update equal to. Okay, let me see. I forgot the syntax in MySQL. Okay. Now, updates. It's save SQL save updates. Now, whenever you go and try to update anything in MySQL, obviously for the first time, for that particular session, it will always go and throw this particular error. So what we need to go and say, I know what I'm doing. These are all updates I know. You don't need to come and interrupt my query. So I'm saying set save SQL updates is equal to true. So that anything with respect to updates, if I need to go and do, I'll be able to do. Now it will not throw any error. Now what I'm saying, update my product, set price is equal to 35,000. If I come and execute this, I did save as false, sorry. False. I should say, don't do anything. You don't need to come and interrupt. I'm going and updating. Okay, how many records affected here? How many rows are affected?
All 9 rows.
9.
Now what my requirement was for iPhone 15, I wanted to go and update, but I used something update table set price equal to 35,000. Now if I come and see my table, what happened here? What happened here?
Everything got updated.
Each and every record is updated. Now, my requirement was only to update one particular record. At that time, what we have to do, always whenever you are going and doing any update, it will be followed by one case called where. I need to first filter that particular data. I'm saying where my product name, okay, PRO product name equal to whatever the data is there. For that particular data only I needed to apply. For example, for iPhone 15, I should have gone and updated. So always your update statement should be followed by one of the filtering condition where I need to go and update. So at that time, I'll come and run this piece of command. Now, why 0 records have updated? Oh, because let me change to 55. I'll come and update my data, and it says 3 records are updated because we have 3 iPhone 15. That's the reason that might have affected 3 particular record. And if you come and see, we have iPhone 50, 55,000, iPhone 15, 55,000, iPhone 15. Now, what's the issue in here? Why category got 55,000? Huh? What did we do in this particular insert? What wrong we did? What wrong we did?
We changed the order.
See, whatever data you're going and putting, I said category 55,000 and price null. That's the reason it have done. And when I did something update, it went and updated for all the iPhone 15 as 55,000. Now this particular record is wrong. It is wrong. Yes or no? This particular record is wrong.
Yeah.
Now I need to do what? Remove this record. To remove any record, again, I need to go into DML operation. That is manipulation of data I'm doing. I'll use something called as delete. I'll say delete. From where I need to delete? From my table, that is product. Now, if I go and do this, what might happen? What might happen?
All the records will be deleted.
Okay. If I say delete from my table, I am filtering any data, or I'm saying delete from my table each and every record you delete. What I'm doing here? Did I filter any data?
No.
Now I need to only delete where my category is equal to this particular value. So again, what I'll do, I'll filter that particular data, that is where category equal to what is my value? This particular value. Now when I go and delete, one particular row is affected. If you come and again see your data, that data is deleted. In this way, we use something manipulation data for manipulating. For any updating of existing data, we use something called as update command. For updating, we use update our table name, and then we need to set what value we need to go and set that particular value. And for deleting any data, we use delete command, where we are going and doing. Now I have a question for you. If we don't pass where clause, is delete is costly operation or update is a costly operation for company? Assume you have 20 million records. What is more costly to a company? What affects more to the company?
Update.
Update? Update?
Yes.
Okay. Imagine you have a big billion day in Amazon. Okay. You have a big billion day in Amazon. Apple came and gave all their products. These are what their information, this is what my price, everything. They came and gave the products. Okay. Now you need to go and update the information into table. You came and you did update, but by mistake, you did not write any where condition where company is equal to Apple. You did not do. And for each and every product, I went and put as 70K. Okay. And you need to delete certain records. By mistake, you deleted each and every data. Now your big billion sale is there. What will affect more for company?
Delete.
Can you justify? Can you justify based on this scenario? Why delete?
So in this
Delete-
case, both
delete
are
will be,
affected to the company. So one thing is like if you update price from 70K to 1K or 2K, it will affect, I mean, profit and everything to the company. If you delete entire rows, there is no, I mean, option to buy any product to the customer. Both are affect to the company at this time.
Exactly. It depends on the use case. That's the reason you should never say delete is more costlier or update is more costlier, because whatever things. Now, for example, instead of 70,000, if you have done something 10K and you are getting what? iPhone 17 Pro Max for 10K, will you do that? Will you do? Will buy or not? Will you take iPhone 17 Pro Max if you're getting for 10K?
yes.
Okay. Now there is a loss for company. If that particular product is only not sold, again loss for company. So both the operation are very important. That's the reason whenever you go and do any delete or update, always first come and do what? For example, this is my select statement. There is my select statement. First come and see the data which you want to delete or update. First you pass your filter activity. For example, where my category or this particular, let me take this particular, where price equal to 55,000. First come and select your data. Once you select your data, I know only for this particular data I need to go and delete. Then I will come and put this particular data and I'll put in a where clause. I'll come and say delete from this and always come and delete. Always first select your data, see what data is coming. Once you get filtered, on top of that, you go and do update or delete. Have you got?
Yes.
Okay. That's it for today's class. We'll continue tomorrow. We'll deep dive into more other kind of commands. If you have any doubts with respect to course, do let me know. Are we good with the course? Anyone have any doubts with course?
No.
Okay. What about us?
One question. Are we going to use DBT?
Yeah, DBT will be taught with respect to Snowflake.
Okay, so let's find this.
Okay, I'll just show you one more time. Let me show you the roadmap. Where is? Oh. This is what we'll be going to learn. For first 3.5 weeks, we'll learn SQL, we'll master, we'll do each and everything. Now we just got it with basics. One or two classes will be more on basics. Then we'll deep dive into advanced topics inside SQL once we get that hands-on. And then after 3.5 weeks, we'll master Python fundamentals to advanced for 3.5 weeks. Then we will move on to Snowflake, DBT, and Medallion. These are tentative weeks. Okay, it might come, it might go up, it might come down. It depends on how well you are grasping, how much time a student requires. It depends on that. Based on that, we'll pace our class. Okay, and in this particular Snowflake DBT material, we'll deep dive each and everything. After completing Snowflake, we'll build one end-to-end project with respect to healthcare that will go for 8 hours, and then we'll come and do 1 or 2 weeks with respect to DBT, and then we'll build one end-to-end product with respect to DBT that will go for 3 weeks, and Matillion will be given as a recorded sessions. If you want, you can go and add that. There are around 7 to 8 videos on Matillion, which you can go and learn and add one more skill to your resume. Okay, this is additional. If you require, you do. If you don't require, any of we are going and learning one ETL tool that is ADF. It is similar to that of ADF, but it goes well with Snowflake. If you add in that your resume, if you just go through that 7 to 8 videos, that will be more than enough. So you can come and make use of this also. Now, once you finish your something called a Snowflake, then we are after this phase 3, you are good to get started with interview. There might be few folks who are having 3 months of notice period and all. For that, they can come and they can give me interview. Slowly, we'll be doing our 4th phase where we'll learn ADF, Airflow, how to integrate, how to schedule, how to orchestrate with respect to Snowflake, and all will be learning that. And then there is very important, without PySpark, there is no data engineering job. So we will be deep diving into PySpark with respect to Databricks. In that way, you will be learning Databricks also, you'll be learning PySpark. So, and then parallelly, I'll be showing you Snowpark because 95% of the code with respect to PySpark and Snowpark is same. So we'll be learning that. And after doing that, will be one end-to-end project on credit card analysis that will go for 3 hours. And then we come with respect to AWS, where we learn all the important tools that are done widely used with respect to Snowflake. With that will be spending around 2.5 weeks. Here we'll be doing banking domain project. We will be doing data migration to from on-prem to cloud. We'll do all analysis. We'll use something called as iceberg table, open table formats. These are all things we'll be learning. And once your last page will be a career acceleration, when you'll be having like, for sure, you'll be on the phase 4. For phase 5, you'll be getting few of the offers. Here, you'll try to accelerate that particular offers. More and more salary you'll be able to get because you'll be increasing the number of tools. And then when you will be having during the last phase of your notice period, obviously they will be getting a lot of calls. So you will be able to increase your acceleration of your salary here. This is how your particular roadmap looks like. And each and everything from day one will be getting started for interview. We'll be solving more than 300 plus inside SQL, 200 plus in Python, 200 plus in PySpark coding questions, 15 plus use case in Snowflake, 10 plus use case in dbt, and more than 20 plus pipelines in Airflow. Combining Airflow, ADF, and AWS, we'll be doing this. Each and everything will be practical. 85% of the course is practical. And you can go and see the particularly syllabus that is uploaded in our LMS portal. We can go and see all those information. If you have any doubts, do let me know. We'll be able to help you out.
Hello, Mubashir, this side. So my question here is that like we are creating a project till the last DP view layer itself, right?
No, once we finish in SQL, there will be one Netflix database project. We'll be learning SQL, we'll be analyzing data, we'll be building all the coding and all we'll be doing on top of that. Once we finish Snowflake, we'll be going and implementing project. Once we finish dbt, we'll go and implement the project. Once we finish ADF, we'll see the project. Once we finish our Databricks, we'll implement the project. As soon as we finish the concept, we'll be building project. So that at that time only we'll have that flow.
Okay, so we are not working anything at the Power BI side. We are till the building project.
This is mainly with respect to data engineering, not data analyst.
Okay, fine. Thank you.
Okay. Any other doubts? Are we good?
Sagar, sir, last you asked a question, delete or update is costly.
Yeah.
Can you please explain it again?
Okay. See, what happens is if you're going and deleting any of the records, if I have a big billion day for Amazon and I need to go on sale, if I go and completely remove all the records from my database, will there be any sale? Will there be any sale? No products for anyone to buy. If I go and update everything to 10K, you're getting iPhone 17 Pro Max for 10K. Now, who is in a loss? Company is in a loss. If anyone buys it. So it depends on the use case. If you're going and deleting also, it will affect your company. If you're going and updating also, it will affect. But I would say delete again. You can come and bring back that particular data, but you are going and unnecessarily updating the data. And if you are not able to bring back the data, then again it will affect your company. If you can bring back the data, it will not affect. Whereas update, you can come and stop the sales and then correct. You can correct that also. But again, it depends on the use case. But if you ask me, both are also costly or operation because it will affect your company.
Okay.
Got it?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
Okay. Any other doubts? Have we got? Are we good?
Yep.
Okay. Fine. If you still guys have any doubts, you can connect with the admin team. They'll be helping out with the syllabus. We'll continue same tomorrow at 6:30 a.m. Thank you for joining. There will be two more demo. There will be 2 more demo classes, so you can attend. Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Sure. Thank you.